Hallelujah.
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 Shalom, everyone. Thank you for welcome to the Ark of New Jersey. Reaching out to everyone worldwide, to those that are bloodline descendant and those that are drafted in. Thanks for coming and visiting and being a part of us. Wow, it's a busy week.
Yeah.
I've experienced some really devastating things, and just watching in the news and the stuff that's happening has really touched me in a way that I'm homesick. And I was thinking about this, like, I want to go home. And then I came here and we start talking, and a couple were talking about their daughter being homesick. I was like, wow, that's funny that they're talking about this. I'm keeping it quiet. I'm not going to say anything, but I'm in a foreign land around a bunch of people that don't particularly think much of me. And I hear words from home saying, I'm going to do this for you and I'm going to do that. I want to go home. And we're visiting this country. We're visiting this world as someone that pretty much should start feeling homesick. It's like I want out, but I don't want out of the fight. But I'm feeling homesick. And so I started thinking about home. See, some people think of home when they go to college. They think of home like my daughter went to Atlanta. She thinks home is Jersey, and so she wants to come home. And she's been out of college for almost 13 years, and she still gets homesick and wants to come home. She comes home and gets her little fix, and she's good for a little bit, and then she goes away. But some people think home is wherever their ancestors came from, like my family from down south. I know people every year they go down south to Atlanta or North Carolina to visit their home because that's what they think. They feel homesick. They got to go home. Some of us are a little bit more well off financially, and we feel like we want to go home, so we go back to Africa. I found out that my descendants are from Ghana, so I want to go to Ghana. And they go there, and some people actually pack up and end up moving home because they know that there's something not quite comfortable with where they are. Yes, I have friends, I have acquaintances, and yet I still feel homesick. And maybe that's just me, because I've been in quote unquote church, and even in my church I didn't feel quite comfortable. Like something wasn't right. I've been in clubs and I still didn't feel like I totally fit. Like I'm here, but I'm not really like something different about. And it's different, and being brown skin, when you join a club, most of the time it's everything but us. And so you feel uncomfortable. You feel that little bit of a little different because you're different. But when you join a group of all of us and you still feel different, there's something a little bit more to this. And I feel like I want to go home. But I'm not ready to die. You know, somebody says, heaven, heaven, everybody talking about heaven. but ain't nobody praying to go there, or nobody wants to die, but everybody praying about heaven, right?
Right.
Nobody rushing. Well, we don't even believe that that's where we're going anyway. But my destination, if I was to go home, and I've been there before, and just stepping on the ground and spending a minute there, it felt, whoa, a God. I felt oneness there. I felt like I'm home. I remember walking in the streets of Jerusalem, drinking a Coca-Cola. No, I was drinking apple juice. But it came in a beer bottle, so it looked like I was drinking beer. But I was walking down the street with my quote-unquote pastor, and I said, I never thought I'd be walking in the Holy Land with my pastor drinking a beer. I was making a pun, right? But I felt so comfortable there. When I came back, people were like, first, before you go, be sick, be careful. When you came back, they asked, were you scared? Right? And it was like, no, I go to Camden sometimes. Sometimes I'm in Philly, North Philly, West Philly, right? Talking about scared? There's times when you walk in cities in the United States and you scared. I wasn't scared in Jerusalem. Even when I went to the West Bank, I wasn't scared. I was feeling like, whoa. I felt that pressure of somebody always, the flashing lights behind you and that whole thing happening was removed. Then I found out who I was. That was before I found out who I was. When I found out who I was, I'm like, now I understand. That was home. So my dream, my bucket list, is to get home. You may think this man is just crazy. So we're going to read through something that I have done before. So it's not an old thing, but from the concept of being homesick. Yechezk'el 34. Ezekiel 34.
I say you?
I don't really want to spend a lot of time flying around the scriptures. I just want to read through a little bit of a text. And we have food that I'm ready to eat. But I couldn't go today without sharing, because y'all placed a couple of messages in my heart, and then I was like, well, which one do you want me to do? And I was, even when we were starting, I was still thinking about the other message, and I listened to the Ruach, and it led me here. So let's read through, first, I'm not even going to interrupt the first 11 verses.
Right.
This is the text. The first 10 verses. So, Ezekiel, Yechezk'el, 34. Read.
And the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, Son of Adam, prophesy against the shepherds of Yasharah. Prophesy and say unto them, Thus says Adonai Yahuwah unto the shepherds, Woe be to the shepherds of Yasharah that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks? You eat the fat, and you clothe you with the wool. You kill them that are fed, but you feed not the flock. The disease have you not strengthened, neither have you healed that which was sick, neither have you bound up that which was broken, neither have you brought again that which was driven away, neither have you sought that which was lost, but with force and with cruelty have you ruled them. And they were scattered, because there is no shepherd and they became food for all the beasts of the field when they were scattered, excuse me. My sheep wandered through all the mountains and upon every high hill. Yeah, my flock was scattered upon all the face of the earth, and none did search or seek after them. Therefore, you shepherds, hear the word of Yahuwah. As I live, says Adonai Yahuwah, surely because my flock became a prey, and my flock became food for every beast of the field, because there was no shepherd, neither did my shepherds search for my flock, but the shepherds fed themselves and fed not my flock. Therefore, O you shepherds, hear the word of Yahuwah. Thus says Adonai Yahuwah, behold, I am against the shepherds, and I will require my flock at their hand, and cause them to cease from feeding the flock. Neither shall the shepherds feed themselves any more, for I will deliver my flock from their mouth, that they may not be food for them. For thus says Adonai Yahuwah, behold, I, even I, will both search my sheep and seek them out.
Okay, so now I did that. Hallelujah. I stayed. I kept my mouth shut. So we talked earlier about being homesick and my daughter being homesick. One of the things that seem to occur when you're homesick is the things you see around you don't match up with your with what you grew up with. So, Kurt said that his daughter was
He's not.
Kurt, yeah. Thank you. Was talking about his daughter, and his daughter was like he shared where she was at and what was going on, and it was like a bunch of drinking and partying and all this stuff that was happening, and she's like, she wasn't accustomed to that. What is appalling to me right now, what are we in, March?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The second, 2019.
Yep.
What's appalling to me that causes me want to go home is that my people, the people that I love, the lost tribe of Israel, because that's what I'm focusing on right now, that they have shepherds that are teaching them false doctrine and only thinking about themselves. This week, did I get loud? Yes, this week. One of these perverted pastors sets up a false resurrection
Oh yeah.
in his church.
It's ridiculous.
Has a casket come to the front of the church, and by the time he's done, they done brought this guy and got him in the front of the church eating chicken.
Oh, I saw that.
Eyes all curled, he's looking, and I'm like,
I saw that.
yes, I call it false. Now here's the problem, and you can go back and check it out. It was a lie, and the truth's not in him. Neither is it in his. Ooh. But guess this. Check this out. The people love it.
Wow.
Yep.
They said he's making more money now than ever.
Oh.
He's one of the richest preachers in the world.
What?
Probably he's stepping on being the richest preacher in the world. Listen to the interview. Look at the video. And when you look at it, all you see is like lies, 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 lies. He's supposed to be dead 4 days and in a coffin. But while they're driving, they mysteriously see his fingers move. Coffin's closed up. I was like, how is that possible? There's a seal between you and the coffin, and do they do a bombing or what? Right? just happened, like Batman, just happened to be in front of the building, and it just happened to be, and they opened up, same Bat Channel. So they go outside, it's just like Batman, because it's a comedy. But there's thousands of people there.
Eating that up.
Loving it. And they open the coffin, and he does his whammy jammy thing, starts speaking in tongues, and whew, and the guy, you see him breathing before the guy even touched him. Right? And you see him get up, and they help him out in the coffin, and they bring him down to church.
Wow.
This is almost not even funny. That the people that are supposed to be being taught are being bought. That this man done figured weeks in advance, him and the undertakers and everybody, they all got this thing all hooked up and figured out. Now he's being now they're suing him, but he got enough money to pay for it because they're giving him money like why? And I've seen this. I've seen it in the United States in a smaller version, but I saw the same thing, and I was like, really? I went to this man's church, and I thought, this can't be. He had a Maybach parked out in front of the car, in front of the church, and he had roped off so no one could touch it.
Goodness.
Right?
Don't touch it. Don't get near the car.
Don't touch. Can't touch this, right? I'm like,
Wow.
we fall for the okie doke.
Every time.
And look at the followers. How many people, like, praise Yah, I got 100 subscribers today. But if I was teaching some of this stuff that they're teaching, we'd be 20, 30,000 strong. All I gotta do is switch the day and start eating pig again. Stop condemning, stop speaking things that would make them feel condemned. And everybody be like, good.
Tell them what they want to hear.
Yeah. Tickle their ears. Say the right thing that makes them. Someone said to me yesterday, I think I'm going to come to your gathering because I had a bad week and I need to hear a good message.
Wow. No. Wow.
I was like, you're probably, maybe you should go Sunday down the street and then you get the tickle. Make you feel good. Right? You get the good music, get the good music. So, this is one of the things that make me homesick. Because I'm sick and tired of these Yah-forsaking creatures standing in front of his people and teaching a lie. So let's go back. We're going to back up. Back to verse 1, because it's not me, it's the word of Yah. Came unto me saying,
Son of Adam, prophesy against the shepherds of Yisra'el. Prophesy and say unto them, Thus says Adonai Yahuwah unto the shepherds, Woe be to the shepherds of Yisra'el that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks?
Woe to you! You feeding yourself. Can I get a new jet? This character that over in Africa got 3 stretch limos, 6, if not more, motorcycles all around him, and that's how he comes to church.
Oh.
It's a
You have a motorcade.
yeah, like the president of the United States.
Oh, you for real?
Yeah.
Dang.
It's like my uncle who passed would say this word. It's a Popeye shame. I don't know what that means, but that's what it is.
Popeye shame.
All right, so somebody's got to stand and speak against this. because this is atrocious. It's horrible. And you may think, oh, well, my church isn't like that. Are you worshiping on Sunday? I didn't hear anything. Because you're afraid to say yes. You're breaking Shabbat. 10 laws. He gave you 10. One of them, number 4, keep the Shabbat. Do you do it? Or do you do it not? Love me or love me not? All right, where we at? 3.
You eat the fat and you clothe yourselves with the wool. You kill them that are fed, but you feed not the flock. The disease you have not strengthened, neither have you healed that which was sick, neither have you bound that which was broken, neither have you brought again that which was driven away, neither have you sought that which was lost, but with force and with cruelty have you ruled them.
All right, so I'm guilty on the first half because I haven't been going out and fulfilling that as the way I feel like y'all would have me to. So I'm going to be guilty. I'm going to say that, right? I haven't been feeding the homeless. I haven't been going out doing all the things that y'all has called us to do. And I'm not going to say that, oh, I do all this. No, I'm not. But look at the second half of that. Read the end of that again.
Neither have you sought that which was lost, but with force and with cruelty have you ruled them.
You use force and cruelty to rule them. And I know that to be the fact. You know it. We all know it. But yet, it's okay. And you call this a cult? What is that? Come on.
And they were scattered because there is no shepherd, and they became food for all the beasts of the field when they were scattered. My sheep wandered through all the mountains and upon every high hill. Yeah, my flock was scattered upon all the face of the earth, and none did search or seek after them.
Who's scattered to all the faces of the earth?
Yisra'el.
Sounds like us, don't it?
Yeah.
We're all over the place. There is not a spot that we can go that I've gone, and I've been like to a few places on this earth. I've traveled a little bit, and everywhere I go, there's black people.
There you go.
And I'm like, can't get away from them. Oh, guess what? That's the word that they usually say about us, right? Because they try to find a place to create where we're not there. But guess what? I say they, I'm talking about the powers that be, you know, the European people. They try to find a place where we're not. But guess what? They open up the door and they're like, they here too! Because Yah has placed us everywhere. Even where the kings are, we're there. In the ghetto, we're there. In the side streets, the city, the highlights, go in the high risers, we're there.
Yep.
We got, if you don't have it, if you want to try a test, try doing what's the thing you were shopping? The job you had, you were shopping.
Oh,
Oh,
it's home
Instacart.
Instacart.
Oh, Instacart.
Get a job as Instacart. And see, like, no matter where you go open up the door and be like, what you doing here? Because we there. We everywhere. And sometimes we're there as an employee, and sometimes we're there because y'all has allowed some of us to be prosperous, and so we up in the penthouse. We everywhere. And then some of them like us so much that they gotta marry into us so that we up in there. We can't help it. They be getting kids. Like, I gotta get one of them. Like it's a toy. They give me one of them. I need a little color kid. Right? Take our little boy and then dress him up like a dress. In a girl's dress. And we gotta see this.
Yeah.
All right. Did I take a side note? All right. 7.
Therefore, you shepherds, hear the word of Yahuwah. As I live, says Adonai Yahuwah.
And Yah surely lives. Somebody said, God died. A little baby. I had my little my niece. And she was like, our God is dead.
Wow.
I'm like, ah. And I tried to tell her God's alive. She said, no, Mommy, you said God is dead. Our God lives. Yah lives.
Yes,
All right.
it is.
As I live.
As I live, says Adonai Yahuwah. Surely, because my flock became a prey, and my flock became food for every beast of the field, because there was no shepherd, neither did my shepherds search for my flock, but the shepherds fed themselves and fed not my flock.
Okay, let me help you with this. As a shepherd, and if you're looking at my Facebook, YouTube, I ask you, I beg you, show it to someone that doesn't believe. That's your way of helping them. Maybe they'll listen to me. Maybe they won't listen to me. Maybe they'll listen to someone else. My tone is not always going to be accepted by everybody. But someone else's tone may not be accepted by everyone. But what we need to do is get it out to everybody.
That's right.
Because in this day and time, the sheep are just wandering around without a shepherd.
Running them up.
And some of them are going to these buildings, and that's not a shepherd. That's not a shepherd if he's leading you away from Yah, leading you to. Number 9.
Therefore, O you shepherds, hear the word of Yahuwah.
Hear the word of Yahweh.
Thus says Adonai Yahuwah, behold, I am against the shepherds, and I will require my flock at their hand.
Did I say they're not his shepherds? He's against a whole bunch of these guys. And don't follow the crowd. Because the crowd may be going off the off the cliff. They're getting ready to fall off. And you're following them because everybody else is going that way. Yah says I'm against the shepherd, the false shepherd.
I am against the shepherds, and I will require my flock at their hand, and cause them to cease from feeding the flock. Neither shall the shepherds feed themselves anymore, for I will deliver my flock from their mouth, that they may not be food for them. For thus says Adonai Yahuwah, behold, I, even I, will both search my sheep and seek them out, as a shepherd seeks out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered. So will I seek out my sheep and will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day.
Wow.
This is Yah. Says, guess what? I'm going to do this myself. That is why I keep saying this every week. I say it. The awakening is happening, and you can't help it because you can't stop it because Yah has his hands on it. Yah's waking them up. He says, I will seek them out. I will. You know, I love it when I hear Yah just saying, I got this. We were looking at the word trust, right? He's like, trust me, I got this. As I live, I got this. I'll start waking them up. Come on.
And I will bring them out from the people and gather them from the countries and will bring them to their own land and feed them upon the mountains of Yasharal by the rivers and in all the inhabited places of the country. I will feed them in a good pasture, and upon the high mountains of Yasharal upon the high mountains of Yasharal shall their fold be. There shall they lie in a good fold, and in a fat pasture shall they feed upon the mountains of Yasharal. I will feed my flock, and I will cause them to lie down, says Adonai Yahuwah.
That's why I'm getting hungry. That's why I'm getting homesick. I want to be in this. I want to be in the gathering, in this situation when y'all,
And that rest.
and yes, when y'all's taking care of everything for me. It's coming,
Yep.
and I want to be ready for that. Where we at?
16.
Verse 16.
I will seek that which was lost and bring again that which was driven away, and will bind up that which was broken, and will strengthen that which was sick. But I will destroy the fat and the strong. I will feed them with judgment.
Oh, what a meal.
Mhm.
What a meal. I got a meal for you too. See, we're thinking about the great supper. Yah says I got a meal for even the even. When he says I will bind, I will heal, the patch, the wounded, the first thing that comes to my mind is like, I want to be able to see without these.
Mhm.
He says, I will heal that. The problem that you have with your eyes, the problem that some of you can't, or maybe in a wheelchair. Some of you may have a problem, you name it.
Different medical issues.
Medical issues. But he says, you know what? I got that. While I'm healing you, I'm feeding your enemy a beautiful, wonderful meal called judgment. Now, if you had a choice of eating, which would you rather have?
Healing for $500.
Right? Double that was a double jeopardy?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Where are we at? 18, 17?
And as for you, O my flock, thus says Adonai Yahuwah, behold, I judge between cattle and cattle, between the rams and the he-goats. Does it seem a small thing unto you to have eaten up the good pasture, but you must tread down with your feet the remnant of your pastures? And to have drunk of the deep waters, but you must foul the remnant with your feet?
You know who the remnant is. Everybody knows who the remnant, right?
Us.
He's talking about us. Like, you don't have a problem. You don't have a problem doing whatever you want to do. Meanwhile, you trotting over the remnant. See, because someone twists the scripture a little bit, you feel like they're telling you a lie. Well, they're not really telling you a lie. They're just twisting it a little bit. And this is the same thing that happens on Sunday morning. It also happens when you have a group of us gathered together on the street corners. Because when they tell you that the heathen will be the servant, or the heathen will face the judgment, they're telling you the truth. But then you gotta distinguish what's truth and not, because if they twist it a little bit, now you're following the 12 chart thing. And you're like, what is that all about?
No salvation for nobody but people.
Right. When he says that salvation, anyone that will come to a true knowledge who Yah is and follow along with his people. Now you you can't do this by yourself, because you have to accept his people. This is a problem that I have to bring out, that you must accept his people. You can't deny us and think, I said this prayer, amen. It does not work that way.
In hell with George Washington.
Yeah, you'd be with George Washington, Ben Franklin, and what's the other guy?
Abraham Lincoln?
Thomas Jefferson, Christopher Hellbound Columbus. Yeah, he went to hell. Man, we got his statues all over the place.
He's there.
Verse 19.
Thank you.
And as for my flock, they eat that which you have trodden with your feet, and they drink that which you have fouled with your feet. Therefore, thus says Adonai Yahuwah unto them, Behold, I, even I, will judge between the fat cattle and between the lean cattle, because you have thrust with side and with your shoulder, and pushed all the disease with your horns, until you have scattered them abroad.
I told you he's talking about us.
Therefore will I save my flock, and they shall no more be a prey, and I will
Read
judge.
22 again. Read 22 again.
Therefore will I save my flock,
I save my flock.
and they shall no more be a prey, and I will judge between cattle and cattle.
You got to underline that if you're a Hebrew.
Yep.
Therefore, I'll save my flock. Yah is so concerned about his flock. When he talk about his remnant, he's like, I got this. I will destroy the heathen. I'll feed them a plate of judgment. Because of what they've done. First of all, they rejected me. Second of all, they rejected you. They thought it not a strange thing to trample over you as if you were nothing. They developed crafty counsel to destroy you and the whole image of who you are and the image of who he is. That white JC is a demonic image to destroy the image of the true and living Yah. And if you go to anything, go to Nook, go to Google, go to any place and just type in anything about the Bible, and you're going to see the demons show up. You're going to see the white JC hanging upon a cross, and you're brainwashed the moment you press the enter button. As soon as you look at it, you're like, oh, he's there. You open up the Bible app. See what you get. Demon, 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 demon. You'd be lucky if you can find a black image. Brown image. I don't want to even have to say the word black because everybody thinks that black is a crayon. Where are we at?
23.
23. We're going to finish. There's only 30 verses.
And I will set up one shepherd over them.
One.
And he shall feed them, even my servant David. He shall feed them, and he shall be their shepherd. And I, Yahuwah, will be their Elohim, and my servant David a prince among them. I, Yahuwah, have spoken.
He's spoken it. It's done. It's a done deal. I can't wait because there's just so much deception. There's so much. It's just out there in your face every day.
Yep. Yep.
To get from out of it. And I was talking to my friend in Jerusalem, and he says, just living here is like you can go buy stuff out of the grocery store and not worry is it clean or not.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Just that will be a relief.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because we go to the grocery store, I'm like,
I'm always looking.
can I find
what
something?
this thing is doing now? What?
Hot dog, can't eat that.
Don't eat that.
Do we have any beef bacon, turkey bacon? Because all the other stuff is, right?
Some of the taste shit
And you go, oh, let's stop at McDonald's on the way home. And what can I eat? You go to the restaurant, you're like, okay, we can eat this. This, we got two things on the menu we can eat. And they think they're giving you a great order.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like, just to be someplace where Yah is providing the meal, the food, you're just chilling. You know, chilling on the Sabbath every day. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Did we get to 24 yet?
You're on 24.
Okay.
And I, Yahuwah, will be the Elohim, and my servant David, a prince among them. I, Yahuwah, have spoken it, and I will cut with them a covenant of peace, and will cause the evil beasts to cease out of the land, and they shall dwell safely in the wilderness and sleep in the woods.
Okay, so you had your old covenant, you had your renewed covenant, and now you have the covenant of shalom. Isn't that cool?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that covenant.
I like that.
You know, just chilling with Yahudah. We be chilling. All right.
And I will make them and the places round about my hill a blessing, and I will cause the shower to come down in his season. There shall be showers of blessing.
Showers of blessing. See that? No. Anybody else getting homesick?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good feeling right there, man.
Showers of blessing. And the tree?
And the tree of the field shall yield her fruit, and the earth shall yield her increase, and they shall be safe in their land, and shall know that I am Yahuwah, and I have broken the bands of their yoke, and delivered them out of the hand of those that serve themselves of them.
What? Anybody ever have a feeling like you've been yoked to something ungodly?
This whole
Yeah.
You know what a yoke is, right? It's wrapped over your shoulders. It goes all the way across,
Yeah.
and somebody else has got one, and the two of you are pulling a load that's probably heavier than you. And if you escaped from the yoke and ran and got freedom in the United States, and you thought you were free, they grab you and re-yoke you and stamp you with a stamp. You know the stamp for the Saints football team?
right.
They actually would take that. They had that made in steel and would put it on your shoulder because you escaped from the yoke.
Now it's on the baseball hat.
Now it's on baseball hat or the
and
football,
explode it
and
around.
everybody wearing like it's a
Crown.
pride. It's something to be honorable thing. I got the Saints logo on. Do you realize what that thing really represented in the United States?
That's a mockery of if ever there was one.
They're making fun of you right in your face. You stupid, no good.
The Saints and their jerseys
Right?
is black.
And yeah,
That's
black
crazy.
jerseys
That's
with.
crazy.
They pretty much have taken the same thing that was once.
Black and gold.
They put it on you as a stamp to show that you escaped. This is horrible.
Yeah,
And because you're not awake, you think it's okay. You think even in Christianity, you think it's okay. You don't. Yeah.
You know somebody that's a die-hard fan. Die-hard.
They do die hard.
Yeah, and what is that, a fan? A fan of what?
fanatic.
A fanatic over what?
Mm-hmm.
Over a team.
Yes.
You know, we have learned the ways of the heathen in such a way that they will give us dog poop, spray it down with whipped cream, and tell us to worship it. And guess what? We all have dog poop in our foyer worshiping it.
Be on the news.
It sound like
Certain kind of ways with the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your food too.
Oh, tell somebody they can't eat shrimp.
Oh.
Tell them you can't have crab.
Mm-hmm.
it's killing you. Don't
You have a
eat it.
shrimp and
Tell them don't eat pork.
It's wonderful.
It's like you have learned the ways of the heathen so much that the ways of the heathen have overridden your desired love or anything that you would consider Yah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you think I'm joking? How many of you you heathen Israelites. You heathen think that it's okay to be a part of a fraternity or a sorority.
Greek.
And trust me, your church will burn down. You may be a little remorseful, but I guarantee you way remorseful if something happened to your Greek organization. Wearing your red when you think it's appropriate, your purple and gold. I don't know. It's just me. He did say that we're not supposed to have any other L's before him.
Right.
I remember that being in one of the 10 Commandments.
I remember that too.
Yeah, the first number one.
And verse 27.
27.
And the tree of the field shall yield her fruit, and the earth shall yield her increase. They shall be safe in their land, and shall know that I am Yahweh, when I have broken the bands of their yoke and delivered them from out of the hand of those that serve themselves of them.
And I'm going to stop for 1 second because I like 4-letter words. Safe. We talked about trust.
Yeah.
He said, I will, don't worry about it, I got it. It's nothing like a good security system.
Yeah.
Right? You feel safe. Because most of us don't feel safe, even in our own. We've seen it happen. They just bust through the doors. Oh, we forgot to get a warrant. What is it, the Patriot Law? They got laws now. They don't need a warrant.
Nope.
They don't need suspicion.
Come and get you.
All they need is
Excuse.
I want.
a door.
I want you.
I want you, right?
A feeling?
What do they need?
They don't.
They
a
just-
feeling.
yeah.
A feeling that I want you.
All right, I'm sorry, but I want to be where I'm safe.
Me too.
All right, 27, 28.
And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen, neither shall the beast, neither shall the beast of the land devour them, but they shall dwell safely, and none shall make them afraid.
I like that.
Yeah,
Mark,
I
like that.
Mark actually hiccuped when he read that because it said, and they shall no more be the prey
To the heathen.
to the heathen.
That'll be a great day.
I'm tired of seeing this every week. That we to pray again. We to pray again. Becky called. There's dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Can't walk your dog in the park. My goodness. They calling the cops on us for everything.
I didn't hear that one.
Well,
We'll talk about it after.
yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I want to know about that one.
I want to know about that one too.
It's like, come on. We will no longer be the prey of the heathen. My goal, interest, and concern is for the lost tribe of Israel.
Hallelujah.
And that's where my heart is. If you're not part of the lost tribe of Israel, you can be drafted in. Come on, you're welcome. My main interest is finding Hebrews that are confused, that are lost, and let God open their eyes, because I can't open them. We can talk till we blue in the face.
Right.
That's his job. But we're just letting you know where we are. You can come and be a part of us. We'll take care of each other. 30,
29.
29.
And I will raise up for them a plant of renown, and they shall be no more consumed with hunger in the land, neither bear the shame of the heathen anymore.
Now, I want to know what this plant is. This is a plant of everlasting life. Well, I want to taste something that I can eat. Because, sometimes I eat in the evening, and it seems like I never get satisfied. I gotta have my ice cream, I get a little candy, and I gotta have my dinner, and I'm like study munching, right? You imagine having something and you're completely satisfied.
Wow.
Like, that was good.
Forever.
Forever, for a long, long time.
Wow.
All right,
Verse 30.
30. 30, only 2 to go.
Thus shall they know that I, Yahweh Elohim, am with them, and that they, even the house of Yisra'el, are my people, says Adonai Yahweh. And you, my flock, and the flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your Elohim, says Adonai Yahweh.
I am your Elohim. The question is, he your Elohim? It's a personal thing. Is Yahweh Elohim, is he yours? Have you taken a hold of him? Has he taken a hold of you? So this was my my little verse that I wanted to, my little chapter I wanted to read because I'm homesick. I want to go back home. Hallelujah.
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 Hallelujah. Closes out in prayer.